You see, the ethos of the Jesus story is individualism, which is anathema to the state. It wants the clone, reliable, groupable, mass production of welfare, easily channeled to its leaders, be they secular or clerical, religious or communist. Something ideal for thee. So we find through a strange development, in a sense, of history that we've ended up with legalism benefiting the state, guarding the rule book, scripture, which is set in stone and includes, therefore, the Jesus story. And like St. Paul's teaching or Revelation or the Pentateuch, first 5 books of the Bible, they're all in there and can't be taken out. So we have this mishmash of not consistent values by any means, but protected by an authoritarian structure called society, the state. But in it is embedded this story as well of Jesus, which is not pro-state at all. My kingdom is not of this world. It's not anti-you. It's just that my people are not purposed in things of this world, which of course is no good to the state at all. But it can't shake off its own shackles. And so this astonishing contradictory story is sitting in there in the form of the personality that's been constructed of Jesus. An ideal, an example of a quite different relationship to God, not one that is society structured at all, but is very much family structured, more so than, say, Hebrewism or tribalism, which was a sort of development of the family on a bigger scale, wasn't it? And from which we sort of envisage, tribalism leads to state and nations and so on, given time and evolution. But we find we've got this mishmash of cultures and ethics hidden in our scripture. No, well, not hidden, that's the whole point. It's there, really, and suddenly you find your population feeding off it, and you've got something that's not necessarily ideal, like Jesusism, not necessarily quite what the state wants, by which I mean the elite, the holders of power, or those that are trying to hold on to power anyway. And the extreme of which is something like the Jesus story. And you look at it and think, my goodness, in its preoccupation with a relationship directly with God, it short-circuits the state altogether. You know, it just draws a blank with Jesus confronted with Pilate. And Pilate just, throws up his hands in despair and says, oh, what is truth? I mean, really, I don't live in that sort of world. If I put a foot wrong, I'm dead because of this autocratic dictator, Caesar. That's what the inference is, isn't it? Whereas Jesus is not under that sort of authority. He's not an enemy. He's just something different. But something different, not within its control, is not valued by the state, and is used to its own end if it can, or got rid of. So it's a combination of persecution and elevation of the traits that the state finds in its interest. Well. Thank you, Heavenly Dad.